Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts, trading with you, live without Annette. And if your name is Annette, then you can join us too. So trading with you, no holds barred, just right in front of you. What it is what it is. And I seem to have another window open, so I don't want to be distracted by that. Okay. I've got my little signaler set up so that I can be listening to what the coins are doing today, since we have gone through such an incredible process, just watching some of these positions come into their own, calling the tsunami of back and forth volume between Bitcoin and all the altcoins pretty much right on for weeks on end is just kind of incredible to see that inevitable fruition of just waiting for some of these things to clear. So it's been really exciting. It brings our average to where we have, since we've done our soft launch, we've been kind of actually clearing a lot more positions than I actually thought we would be able to in this time, considering, it's wall to wall, working on the videos and making sure that I'm here to show you what I do and to make sure that there's lesson plans getting in place, et cetera, et cetera. All along, we've been calling exactly the coins that, weeks later would be exactly where they needed to be at the right time. Our day trades have not really slowed down, and the very few ones that could have turned into hodls cleared before they got there. And previous hodls, before we started the soft launch, we've had 10 of them clear just very recently. So we've actually, I'm never going to change, saying we've had the 98.7% accuracy unless it goes down over time. But for the past about month now, we've been at 100%. I believe that might actually be, might tie for the longest that we've gone without having a single, well, I don't really know how to put it other than, 100% is 100%. So how long it goes before you, have something that is completely stuck. Oh, you know what? I do have to take that back. I do actually have to take that back. Because we do have one position, and I guess if you're going to call anything a loss, it wasn't really something that we called that it was a loss. They delisted a coin. So, yeah, if memory serves me correct, I apologize. We did have to take a loss on one coin. It was thrust upon us by the decision of Binance to delist 5 coins. And from that one, we picked up the profit within about a day and a half. So, yeah, I'm glad that I just remember that. I apologize. But so I guess I could say, as far as what we have been doing in our own choice of positions, we have not had any that did not clear. So there you go. There you have it. There you go. So the amazing Raven, and do I still have the picture up? I do. Haha, Raven. Ravencoin has been truly amazing. I believe sometimes I get the two birds mixed up. I do not wish to kill them with one stone. I think that would be, well, it depends on what they're doing. If somebody needs my help or something, I guess. But let me get to. I'm certain that I have it pulled up over here. I did earlier. Yes. Okay. So yes, we are completely cleared out of Raven on all accounts, both accounts, and I have some very high old Phoenix positions going all the way back to its highest spike, because I believe that is going to retrace and go far beyond that when the time is right and we can afford to hold out. So that's what we're going to do. Oh yeah. So a little bit of market analysis, just as we're easing into this a little bit. You can see, a lot of people will just look at the ups and downs and say, oh, well, this is, let's go in on these positions because they're up, and let's avoid those because they're down. And you have to remember that, something could be up 5% because it was down 30% the previous 24 hours. So, green and red don't necessarily just mean, these are the swell candidates for today. Now, in this case, there is a lot that has dropped down from a little bit of artificial movement. So I like to see kind of where's the balance. Usually there's not that many that are tapped out. They're sitting right on the fence. But the ones that are don't surprise me. NPX, very low volume, low value. In cash, low volume, low value, low volume, low value. All of these actually, except for Yo-Yo, are about in the same boat. So they're going to be shifting around a little bit right now, as you can see. So as we get stuff is firing off on the scanner like crazy. That's great. Looks like TNT starting to have some movement again, and we do have some positions, some earlier positions in TNT that we want to clear. Looks like on the browser account. So I'm heading there now. Going to take a look at those. I like to always just, consider coins that may be within a range that my trading them might also benefit something that we're doing. Looking at new positions to go in on might actually help something that we're already in position on. If it's too far away from that, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah, see, we've already cleared our, any recent time soon. Any recent time TNT stuff. So everything is very early. I've set it high so that it'll bring us a profit for sitting as long as it has. And let me see when that spike actually happened. That was around 2 days ago. So we are now on March 8th. 8th of March. All right. So still very low volume on TNT. Not really a good choice for us right now. You can always look at it and assess what you're wanting to do. Waves, I am surprised that it continued below 6,800. I do still think that it is going to make up to 7,300. When it was in that 6,900 range, I was pretty sure 7,500 would be easy for it to do. And it did make it up to 7,400 at that time. It looks like it bottomed out like 659-ish there. And it's even gone below that. I feel bad for you, Waves. What are you doing, man? Why you do this? Huh? We cleared out of all of our waves at a profit. So it looks like we did so at the right time. So we've got about 160 to go in order to see profit on our REN positions. And we have a second set in the 800s. And I can see how long back that goes. Sometimes I shift these around so I won't accidentally clear out of a position that I don't want to. So sometimes the dates aren't exactly from when the dates were. So that was 880. So yeah, I can understand that. This goes back, probably before the end of the year. Yeah, it would have been, that's one of those that I got stuck at the top, I must admit. I actually remember it was a new coin getting listed. Yep. You live, you learn. It's one of those things, one of those times. Listen to your own advice is the advice for the advice. So getting up into here, there's Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision, not Bitcoin, Satoshi's vision. It's important to articulate these things because this team has decided to call themselves Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. And they actually, it says BSV. And Craig Wright had actually claimed to be the original Satoshi. And you know what? Maybe he is, but then, it's a little bit late, 11 years later to, wrap yourself in the mystery and suggest that you are who you are at the same time and then remove the tweet and et cetera, et cetera. Just, be straightforward. If you want to use a pseudonym, use a pseudonym. If you don't want to use a pseudonym, don't use a pseudonym. But don't pretend to be something that you're not, and then pretend that you're not something that people claim that you were. And then, all the new people are very confused about, is this Bitcoin or is that Bitcoin? They've never heard of a hard fork. So they're very, very confused, yes. All right, on to the next thing. I like Doc. Let's see. What's up, Doc? Let's see. 262 is 265. Steam, I really like. All of these are sitting a little bit, just a little bit flat and Bitcoin has come back down another $12 million in 24-hour volume. So we're going to kind of play that game again. Even though it is high, it's above what I think is its healthy average of 38.50, which I would love to see it actually be able to be at 38.88 and start climbing again, except for people who are looking to invest. Get your one last chance to get a really good deal in Bitcoin. Hopefully it doesn't have to go down more. But if it does, kind of one of those self-fulfilling prophecies that we're always talking about. So would it surprise me? No, it wouldn't surprise me. But, I'd rather it not have to be the case. Steam would need to do 1150. A little bit more than I'm comfortable with right now, just because it's going a little slow for it to have the volume that it has. So it actually has to cover more than that range that it's currently doing. I don't want to wait and get stuck into a trap. So we're on such a good roll. It does not get any easier. The more you feel like you've made forward progress, the higher the stakes are to maintain that. Tricky stuff. I hear a lot of things going down. OST, check you out. Okay. So we're going to remember OST. And what I like to do is to kind of make a note for myself. And that's what I'm going to do here. OST. And then very often I just don't even go look back at those notes, which is a little bit silly. And my goodness, what a long stretch it's been. Okay. OST is definitely one to keep an eye on because I want to wait and see its drop. ONG, nope, not right now. The volume doesn't support it. Ion, very interesting. I was teetering and tottering on whether to just do a market watch analysis thing, or whether to go ahead and trade and add market analysis in with it, since that's part of the process that I do every time anyway. And I was actually going to start with Ion because I think it's an interesting one. So it's sitting a little bit high on the cliff, but I still think that it might have some room to do stuff. We need ours in about the 4s, and it is, kind of obviously getting closer to those. That's at the 1 minute, though. It's going to look a lot less drastic once we zoom out of here. So you can see it was down here. I was like, well, it's going to come into its cycles. It's going to get there. 329. It's done a range of 298 to 329. Not extremely wide range to find safe positions. BCPT has been firing off an awful lot, so I'm actually going to switch to there now. Where is BCPT? I always like to see if I can find it in the highs and lows instead of alphabetical, but I tend to focus on the harder to see things and miss the obvious. So let's not do it that way, huh? Ancient Chinese secret, huh? That's what Bitcoin is. Ancient Chinese secret. What on earth am I doing? B as in boy. CBT. Block Mason protocol thing. I can't remember now. So we've cleared out of all of our BCPT in both accounts. Very, very exciting. OST and ONT just popped just right now. So we'll see ONT. Well, maybe not just right now, apparently. I keep forgetting that it's got a little bit of a delay to it. Yep. So ONT and OST. Well, OST for sure. There we go. Oh, you know what? That was actually good timing. There we go. See me. All right, OST I'm going to add to our list. OST is the first one I already have on the list. Somebody make this coffee start working, please. Okay. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. I'm going to get back to where I was with Ion. And we're going to look at longer period of time so you can see that it's got kind of a healthy, repeatable downward progress going here. But there's a lift in each of these. And the trick is that, I mean, if you're going for 7%, then, you're fooling yourself that you're going to get in there in time. But our goal with this is to, try to find the right pocket and get in there if it's possible. I am going to add Ion only under the very best of conditions. Do we want to try to do that, though? OST. Hey, add OST to your list. OST. I already did. Note to self. Self, already did it. Yes, sir. Okay, let's see. Lots and lots and lots of stuff dropping. Phoenix is up, so we'll check you out. It's so funny, after you earn a good bit on a couple of different coins, you start feeling weird about going back in on the same ones. But it could be weeks or months before they come back around. So it's doing its thing right now. Rain was down, now it's up. E&J is up. So I am going to add P, H, X, and E, and J. All right, Phoenix is going crazy right now. I am going to go ahead and test it. I'm testing it low. I'm not going to go on at the top unless something just really gives me the instinct that it'll just pop really quick. When I'm testing this, it gives me a lot of information about things happening in the order book, and I've gone over that a good bit. We're really going to cover that when things get rolling more in our private group, and people are needing to just really hunker down and study. My goodness. I love how active things are right now. Doc and Storm are both up. Okay, let's take a look at Storm first. Probably means some of the lower volume stuff is going to start to kick. Let's see. Okay, Storm, not going to keep watching, and the reason for that is because it's a binary. This is something that I'll just go ahead and make a video on soon. But I like to call these Morse code for obvious reasons, and I like to call this binary, just moving from one position to another to another. So it gets boxed in every single position until one of these is tracking a very insanely moving Bitcoin, and they start picking up ridiculous amounts of volume. Then and only then do they start flying through some of these positions, and it is something to see. And if you if you do happen to be watching one of those do that, yes, you can pick up some decent percentages with a fairly low risk. So you don't want to be against picking up something good and quick, but you don't want to be looking for a sure thing that'll do that. You're just going to end up getting stuck in a lot of stuff. So 268, where is that just in general for Doc? It's not bad at all. 268, I like to look at how often things come around. So I am adding Doc. Okay. So getting us back over to where we were. Let's see. BCPT again. Singles went up. I don't know if it's going to do one of those double ups. It kind of looks like it's going to. But like I said, I like to ease into things. Oh, I love that it is moving as quickly as it is. A lot of this is very rare. IOST may have slowed down. It's a little bit digity. And man, did it finally come through with us several different times. Never had to consider it a hodl for that 197 to 199. That was fun. Singles. Looking for singles. I mean, I'm not looking for singles. I'm looking for, I believe, Singularity Coin is what it is. Singles. Okay, so it's up there. Oh my goodness. Mana, BCPT, Phoenix, and Duck all just popped at the same time. And BCPT again. You know what? It's going to be BCPT right now, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? $12.40 to $12.50? Yeah, sure enough. Okay. BCPT has made so much movement that we need to check it out. So it's usually been sub 1,000 recently. How long? Since the Bitcoin Cash hard fork, it's been struggling to stay above 1,100-ish. It did it here, it did it here, it did it. Did not do it there. Didn't do it there. So only recently. A lot of these coins are kind of recovering, not all the way, but getting close to recovering from their previous highs. So it's very important not to get lured into a false sense of safety that they belong up there, because they've proven before that one, unknown, one blind spot in the industry, and you can get stuck at the top again. So even though it looks low for right now, it might be continuing to go down low. Where some of them, I'm kind of actually comfortable exploiting the fact that they're going down low to wait until it is a safe bottom to get in on. Right now, not seeing a lot of those safe lower positions. DNT too low in volume for it to be a concern right now. REN could potentially be one of those to get in down here. Don't know if it's got the volume to support it. Not really sure. Nothing has been very fun for a while. Very binary, very Morse codey, but also very low volume. That doesn't mean that you can't light a fire underneath it, and that would be really cool. This is weighing it down for sure. 23 Bitcoin at 102. But you would be surprised with just a little bit of watching the right timing how quickly that can change. Just curious whether it does have any of that in it. Sometimes when something is very low volume, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have what it would take to kind of quickly connect and start to move, but you can kind of tell this isn't one of those times. So the more Morse code you see, the more that it's just kind of flatlining, and it needs something to kind of kick it into gear. So watch and see if it resettles the grains of sand that we've talked about. So Phoenix again. Phoenix Horizon. So my main thing is that I'm not feeling it as far as getting into the top. Now 345 to 349 is already done. It's so easy to just keep watching. It's like, okay, now, no, now. So I might actually play the game here with Phoenix some more. I'm just not willing to go in too high. So 333 would have been a really big deal even 10 minutes ago. So it is mimicking the high point that Bitcoin is sitting at. But it's only at 91 million, that Bitcoin. The last time the huge bump happened was when it shifted from 90 down to 80, and it finally reached the 60s, and then boom. CDT is now popping. Okay, I like CDT whenever it's the right time. Let's see if it is the right time. Nope, just one position. So it's doing some stair stepping, which is cool. And ENJ 4030. Yeah, very potentially ENJ. It's got to come down some to be safe. IOTX is another one. You know, more than anything important about it, whether I'm getting a signal that it's going up or going down, I have them set to where it's a small enough sensitivity to where it's what we're looking for. It's within the range. But I'm not going to go jumping into something that's on its way up. I like to know, I tend to like to know more when it's going up because I'm watching for the next pattern. If it's on its way up and if it's like headed down and then it gives me a 0.5%, 1%, and then it's continuing down, I'm going to try to get a feel for the rate that it's going down, the feel for, you know, what kind of personality it's got. And then I'm kind of dodging in and out until I'm pretty sure that it's hit its bottom. And then that's when I want to go in. I try to make sure that I don't get distracted and forget to look at the volume before doing so. I have, you know, in my humanity, making those types of decisions without remembering to check all of my own stuff. So this is a little bit of a risk, anything above that range, but it has hit on this range several different times, higher than that, just in the past month or so. So I'm feeling good about it not being something that we have to worry about getting stuck in long term. DNT just gave a sign that it's going up. So let's see what that's about. We need to come back around here. 330 to 332. Okay, that's, yeah. Still very low volume. We're not going to mess with it right now. All right, so Phoenix and ENJ seem to be pretty good stuff. I don't care if it goes to 500. I'm waiting this out until I see a sign that it's coming down. We have to play it a little bit on the safe side. 1,110 pennies. I think we have about 7 cents of Phoenix left over. Doc went up, Raven went up. Let's take a look at Doc. That was Theta Coin. Wow, when you say Doc went up, you ain't joking, are you? Alright, so Doc, DNT, nah. CDT, was that too low? Yeah, don't need to mess with that. BCPT, going crazy, but might be worth it, yes. Okay, so it's like OST, Ion, Phoenix, ENJ, Doc, and BCPT are the ones that we're looking at. And just to make the point, I am not your financial advisor. Do your own homework. I think that you can learn some things that we've learned doing this purely for fun, for entertainment. And I find educating and learning to how to make money is very entertaining. So I hope you agree, and I hope you join us. Subscribe, ring the bell, comment, thumbs up, join Archangel Alts. We will help you to achieve your crypto goals. Follow our process, our system, as we show you what we have developed right in front of you. And keeping an eye on this coming down now. We have 324. I really thought I put 333 in there. Thought I had, but apparently I did not. And that's fine. That's all right. Nope. Okay, so the last thing we have in there was our Steam positions. Good to know. Okay. So looking at that, looking at Ion. It'd be easier to get to it right there, huh? It's a little bit slow. A little bit low in volume. Let's see. Yep, there's that little loop right there. Okay. Lots of movement here. So 1221 to about 1234 would be 1%, so we don't even need that much. I am going to come in here and take a look at what the response is. 1200 BTC 24-hour volume, but check this out. Not a lot of big positions. That's why it's moving as quick as it is. Yeah, interesting. All right, I like the teeter-totter. That tells me that it is easy to move if done right. What you have to watch out for is for it not to come zooming down to grab your position and then go down. But I think we see a good thing to do here. We definitely, our goal is not to get stuck in something that this is relatively high for what it has been doing for a while. You know, is it worth the risk? The only reason I would say yes is that I think that it really was worth that before the hard fork happened. It got pulled down like a lot of others, and it showed the same patterns of trying to get to its original value again. So the fact that we're in this range, we need like barely anything. I mean, that's like 2% just in moving the mouse right there. So the risk is high, but our goal is to get in there just really, really quick. Very quickly. All right, so I am absolutely looking to see what effect the trades have on its positions. It's kind of interesting when, you know, you are earning in a range where what you can afford to put in a position is actually a large amount in comparison to what each position is holding. And part of the reason is because it's got 4 digits, there's, you know, 100 that it can have. There's 100 different choices somebody can have between, you know, 1100 and 1200. As opposed to, you know, if it was a 3-digit, you know, that would move like an entire 100% to go from 1100 to 1200. One, you know, would be like one. It would be bigger. Okay, sorry, I'm trying a little bit too hard to talk and concentrate at the same time. Lots of stuff dropping right now. Bitcoin is at about $38.89, $90 million volume, so it is still coming down, meaning that everything on the way down is a risk. So I would imagine this might continue down for a little bit. They're basically in the same pattern right now. If it can do 1230, we would be good. You can see this lip is going down ever so slightly. I mean, this is fine, but it's this part that concerns me right there. It's like 17 to 27 will be perfect. Just not sure exactly what it's doing right now. I'm going to test it at 1213. Three, four, five. So Phoenix was able to do that 400. Lots of things popping upwards right now. And it took to the hard fork for it to be where that was. All right, so the fact that it's moving quicker is what I'm keeping an eye on. The thing is that sometimes you get caught up in that, and then it was just that part, you know, just that move that it was moving that quickly, and then it's done. So yes, I will continue to err on the side of caution when these things are happening. 342 to 345 was the perfect move. Didn't quite get in there when it was shifting back and forth. Probably would not have gotten it at 342 there. So let's see. It looks like it might be coming back down for that, and that's not when you want to try to get in. And I'll explain that kind of stuff in our more advanced stuff with our paid members. 99 reoccurring, about $3 a day is what it averages out to. I think that comes to a pretty good bargain. Go very in-depth into our system, our charts, our indicators. We'll cover all of that stuff with you live until we have every single thing as a lesson plan, and we go over it live anyway for all of your Q&A. So it's a going on the journey together kind of thing. So, if you are here, hello. Yes, he is doing that up. Erring on the side of caution, folks. Erring on the side of caution. Had a feeling that we should get out of the way on that one. So that's what I did. So we're going to wait to see whether it keeps going down or whether it recovers fairly quickly. Okay, so it's still actually kind of on a downtrend, even though it looks like it's going up. It's interesting. ENJ, OST, QKC all just went up. I'm going to take a quick look at OST. So our goal here with OST has been to wait until it has a down. It hasn't had a down yet. So we're going to be patient. We shall wait until it's and then we shall do our thing. And Phoenix once again. Wow, so it's going to be a little time before it comes shooting back down, huh? I mean, it could do it in a heartbeat, but both of them are kind of riding this very small climb. Bitcoin has done $3, and that's been enough to get a couple of percentages out of these smaller guys. So it's pretty cool. Unusual, but it's because, once again, it's because its volume is dropping, and so there's this dangerous, you don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen, where that volume shift takes place. Okay, so I'm dodging, because at some point it's the right place to go in. I'm going to try 1182. Phoenix up, yes, we know. Mana is up, ONT is up, Nano is down. I like being able to call these. I've got them all pre-programmed into a scanner, so it doesn't operate like a bot. It just gives me a signal, and then I can see whether it's something that's within the range, what I think is worth to watch. So it takes a little bit of the distraction. Once you get used to the sounds that are very distracting, it takes some of the distraction of going on a hunt, away. Oh my goodness. That is super awesome. I mean, it's so tempting to just go jumping in there and say, hey, it's on and up. Let's just go do it. But, oh, it's just so difficult. The instinct of FOMO is just such a powerful thing. Trade without your emotions. Okay, I agree on that point. If that's what we're talking about, not trading on emotions. But there's also, I think that you should feel the impact of big decisions. ENJ is going up. So we're going to take a look at ENJ again. There we are. Okay, I mean, all of these guys are kind of shooting on the same things. Just, we're not going to go in at the top. We're going to wait and see whether they have any kind of hard dive in the midst of these. Boom, boom, boom. And then the change. Boom, boom, boom. I guess we would consider that part of the change right there. Wow, that's crazy. Look at the amount of volume on that thing. Amazing. So 4.7, let's just spread this out real quick. Right now it's about 4,700. 4,700, we would need to see it at 47.47, which is like right within that range that it's doing. Very, very, very dangerous going on with this kind of thing. You really want to wait until you can move that fast. This is like real liquidity in the making right here. That's the kind of thing where you see real liquidity happening. So we don't want to miss what's happening over here on BTC. Still hanging in the 12, so it's not, dangerously, dropping down. Okay, the drop has begun on Phoenix. It has started. So it may not even go below 340. We're going to wait and see. Oh, patience. Virtue. It's too dangerous. Got to wait for it to come down. I know, I'm watching it. I'm watching. I see it before my very eyes. Alright, so I am curious whether this is one of those volume things where it can like just as easily just jump way down and grab something and come back up. So I'm going to start at 4,700. Okay, I mean, it's like it's calculating every single thing that it is doing. And just how high is that for ENJ? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. When has it ever been up there? Never. It's never been up there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, I mean, this is one of those that, I mean, it's because it is such a rarity for something like this to be taking place. There's either some news out there or it's just a, good old-fashioned pump. But I would say it's not a pump. Pumps usually have one big spike and that's it. So now it's coming down. Did you see how fast that happened though? I mean, it was in the 5,000s and the 4,800s all within the same second. I mean, now you're getting to see what I'm talking about as far as that crazy, crazy, crazy volume. That's liquidity right there, buddy. You want to talk about adoption? Get this kind of thing going on like 30 or 40 different coins at the same time. That's what I'm talking about. We've seen little bits and pieces of that spread across weeks. A little over a year ago. Yeah, see, oh my goodness. All this stuff is locking to Bitcoin just because it's getting closer and closer to that 3,900 range. So it's just absolutely going crazy. Mana we're adding. We're adding mana to our list. ENJ is dropping quick. So now we have OST, Ion, PHX, ENJ, DOC, BSPT, and Mana. So Mana, if it continues doing what it's doing, is going to start picking up that kind of volume that you see on the insane ENJ. BCPT still not too far off of that 1200. Now keep in mind, if you're only going for 1% or 2, in our case, we are steadily trying to get 0.5%, find the safest positions and repeat them in as short a period of time as possible, and maintain a high enough accuracy to where it's logical to do so. The main thing that I would say is to just be very, 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 very careful where your position is if you're going for something like this. This can drop just so very quickly, and there is nothing to base the previous experience on. It's not like it's the first time that Bitcoin's ever gone up like this. So the fact that it's locked to it when the volume is this low on Bitcoin, there it goes, it crossed 3901. So now things are going to get even crazier. Let me see if BCP is, yeah, BCPT is dropping now. Or, wait, no, it hasn't crossed over there yet. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm going to set it up to where you can see Mana easier. 1190. Yeah, it's going to cross 1200. Wow. Wow. So several different things popping all at the same time. DNT, Raven, ENJ, Mana. Really crazy. 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 Okay. So I might be looking at that much. Why I think that I'm looking at the right thing by trying to get in that range. And I think that when the timing is right, it's actually probably going to be the quicker out of all the other crazy stuff that's going on. It might actually be the quickest one to get right in and out there. So let's see. QLC just popped. What was I coming to look at? Mana. Always got to pass IOST just out of respect. Heading back down to that 199. I feel you, man. I feel where you're coming from. Okay, so 1273, it tipped out there. Topped out. Top on the tip. Tippity top. REQ? I'll have to check that out too. Alright, so sitting kind of narrow up there. Really, we want to see if it comes back down to the 340s or not. Every single thing we're watching and several that we're not are headed down. Hit set for mana. Mana, mana, mana. 1186 is where it was the last time. About 190. 1190. It's nerve-wracking because could come all the way back down to here. For sure. Mana is heading even higher. Can you believe that? That's amazing. Alright, so there's the drop on Phoenix. There we go. Okay. Might mean that this is coming down too, I'm not sure. Love being able to just pop back and forth between those two. Don't think we've gone in on anything. Oh, okay. 344 to 347, possibly. 344. Okay. 188, 1188, I mean. 344. Don't leave us behind again now. Don't want to get into that FOMO either, though. Doc. Raven's up. E&J is up. Oh, it's so risky, and I've been here before, so 45 to 46 might be a fairly reasonable range. You really have to be crazy to go in on this kind of thing. So, hello. Doc and E&J both up. All right, we are getting closer and closer to that range where it's going to either pop very quickly up or down. What I can tell you is it's going to pop very quickly. What I can't tell you is whether it's going to be up or down. Looks like Raven has come down a good bit, but starting to head up some more. The thing is that it's got to do 8 positions, and it's at a pretty high volume too, though. It's been staircasing down for a while, and Bitcoin is going up, and now it's starting to do its first descent. So it's back 38.97. It's not in the 3900s right now. So what you gonna do? I went ahead and did it. So if I had had the oomph to decide to go in, then we would be done with that one. But there's really no way to know ahead of time. So test, retest. BTS is up. Yeah, but we're not going to play with ancient alien writing right now. Okay, what are you thinking? What are you thinking of doing? Talking to Phoenix, not myself. If I can't be patient with myself, then, you know, fill in the blanks. BT. Oh, it is going up too. All right, so very, very interesting. See if we could actually get in around there. 1197 to 1207 about. It's about to turn upwards. Yeah, this is rough. Don't want to get stuck on the edge of a cliff. Talking it all out, this is how it's done. This is the way we do things. I mean, 347. Ah, bummer. Well, still good. Still good. I was expecting it to get narrower for longer there, so if it comes back down, it might come back too quickly. We're going to have to be patient with these. More than I would like to be. Let's take a look at Crazy E and J. D&T, Raven. Okay. Man, yeah, they're all... This is a very tough one to call. The volume is at 91 million, so it's actually come up a little bit on Bitcoin. And the volume is so high on Raven that it's just very, very twitchy. It moves very quick. E and J, kind of the same thing going on. All right, so it is faltering a little bit. And see, I mean, people can get really quick, get scared really quick. It's at 10,000, man, that's awesome. Raven is just heading way up there. Yeah, we're going to have to wait this out for the next wave, I think. I think. Unless it goes up quick enough that I've got a feel for it now. Hello, my name is Anomaly. Nice to meet you, Anomaly. Okay. Man, this is just awesome. Love to see the life kind of moving through the veins of the market a little bit more here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Myth, Raven. Actually, MTH, not to be confused with MITH. Both of those going up. And there we go. Whew, that was a bit of a heart stopper there. So take a look, make sure we did it right. And oh, hey, we bought Phoenix too. Maybe I should go check on that. 43.22, 43.66. And I will come back to that because, wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wow. How did I not realize that? 344. So sorry about that. See, it's about an $80 position. Gotcha. Okay. 344, 347. We're just gonna set it and forget it. 347. So now I want to go back and look at 4322. So I'm going to change this over. Give me just one moment. So we got 4322. We want to see what 0.7 would be for that. So that would have been 43.52. So we actually went for 43.66. Yep, so that was about 1%. Very good. So got a little distracted there because of the intensity of things. So we went in at 344. Would have had to been, let's see. Can actually find out exactly when it was. 1257. 1257. Right there, we went in at 344. So shame on me because we should have gone right back in and sold it. So now I got to wait a little bit longer. That was my fault. I got totally pulled into the pace of things. But you know what? Got to do the right thing. Got to do the right thing. Celebrate! Woo! Yeah! And the one that makes me laugh. I love that cowbell. It's awesome. Okay. Very good. This is good, yes. We like to trade the traits and ring the cowbell. So, got a little bit of a double down here. Not too super thrilled about that. It needs to come back to where it was. But, you know, we're within the same hour of this stuff. So there's a little bit of a down angle, and it's a little bit because of Bitcoin, and the volume is low, and the angle is going down. Actually, MITH is doing fantastically well right now, but it's almost already rounded out its pattern. So I'm going to come in here and mess with a little bit of watching the order book. Let's play a game of Watch the Order Book. Just want to see what our potential orders are doing to others that are there. But do take a look at MITH if you're interested in other positions while this is going on. It looks fairly interesting there. ONT is back up. And there we go. Very good. All right, that's super awesome. So, got to do the right thing. Again, I say, woo! Yeah! I'm going to cut it short. I don't want to wear out its welcome, so to speak. Like, oh my gosh, do we have to wait for the one that makes you laugh again? La, 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 la. Okay. So, feeling good about those. Got to enter those into our group's ledger where we have this stuff written down. Was that E and J? Yep. Okay. E and J and PHX. E and J. Nice. Okay. Key is still struggling to get back up, but when it does it seems the last few times, when it does shift back into the 70s, it happens really quickly. It does have a lot to eat through here, but it looks like people are kind of expecting it to hit these upper ranges up here. They can shift those positions at any time if they don't think that it's going to benefit that. So, and we're up above Bitcoin again because of those two that we just cleared. That's awesome. Of course, I'm putting some of that aside. I'm going to start putting some BNB coin back in on both of our accounts. I just wanted to make sure that we're using their built-in thingamajiggy system. Yada. The other reason, for a more obvious reason, is that BNB is actually really mooning a lot lately, and it's getting some press. And you know, the whole thing that I'm talking about, that I'll end up being right about it being one of those catchphrases that is a big thing before the end of the year, probably sooner than later, about decoupling from Bitcoin. Which coins can do it? You know, can they decouple from Bitcoin? Well, you don't want to. Bitcoin is, you know, half the market. You want to trade against it. You know, if you want decentralized, then trade against decentralized. Yeah, but BNB is one of those that people are saying, like, is BNB the coin that can break against Bitcoin's patterns? And well, yeah, the more people trade, yeah, because if everybody is buying BNB coin to pay for their fees, then good stuff. It's just that what if the value of BNB coin at current market rate is more expensive than paying a half of a percent extra in fees? It's just a very small range there. So I felt more comfortable knowing that I'm overshooting all of my positions in the range that we're going for, and then let them pay for themselves until I'm ready to catch up. So all of that just said, because we've kind of boosted just a little bit over the line there again. So that's pretty cool. A few dollars there. That was just a few dollars, but that's because we are playing it a little bit safe, easing into what is a very, very, very crazy market right now. Nothing close to the pace that we're going to see, but a few coins are starting to do it, and it's exciting to see that movement. I tend to work at that crazy pace better than just about anything else, so I do actually enjoy it. It's terrifying, but it's over quick. All right, so like 7 different coins just popped all at the same time. TNT, Raven, Mana, Theta, DNT. Crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. So, wow. This is just insane. $12,000 ENJ. It's going to slow down at some point. So I would like to see what happens when we come in low. Mana again. So I'm going to take a quick look at Mana. $11.50 to $1,200, really? Wow, that was quick. See, Mana's up to 700 in volume now too. I mean, not that there's something else that we just looked at 700, but it's going up very quickly in volume. Okay. Down to 4,300. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Did you see how fast that happened? Try to keep an eye on what this value is. When you get used to, knowing what the actual percentages are of those things, and you see it changing that quickly, is just awesome. Okay, this one too. All right, we are maybe in? No, we're not in yet. Are we in? Yeah, we're in. Okay. I'm going to slow this down then. And so now I need to see exactly where, okay. So we can bought and sold. 1177. So around 88. And how much did we do? That's a pretty handsome size. Might actually try to get more. And I'm going to watch what it's doing. 1188. 1189. Bitcoin is spiking, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not one of those where it drags it out, but it adds it too. 1190. 91. Sometimes doing this progression does actually help it to find liquidity upwards. So I'm not just, kind of hedging my, bets that it's going to do something, but I'm actually hoping that it'll help it to find its liquidity on the way up. So there's a little bit of a method to the madness there. So, okay, so that's about not quite 700. Going down a little bit before it goes up. Not always happy about that. Yeah, Bitcoin is on the run now. It's done 2 million. Okay. Oh, it was right there, wasn't it? Getting close. So we're looking at it still below that range, and the volume should be able to come back up. So Bitcoin is really jerking things around. It's at 93 million now. Very, very quickly got there. I just want to double check that we went in at bought at 1177, and we're selling our way up here. Do we still actually have any open orders in Mana? I think we still do. Yeah. up in the 90s. And we started by going in 1177, 88, about 89. That's all we really need from that. So I'm going to readjust those to be around 1190. Bitcoin is at 3927. Alright, so we're watching for this next cycle, and I don't really want it to have to go through an actual down cycle, but Bitcoin is coming down a bit, so it's always possible. So I didn't want to overly saturate my expectations for new positions going in. Pretty sure that was about 1178 and 1174. So I just went ahead and moved both of those to 1190, even though that is more than the range we're actually trying to get out of it. So with 1178 being the highest amount that we've tried to go in on, so we put here 1178. So we really only need 86, I would say 87 just to be on the safe side. Around there. You guys didn't hear that at all. Gotta do the right thing. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Okay, so not sure how long I was muted. Sorry about that if I was muted for a long time. But I was very quiet anyway while I was going through those positions. So very exciting, very happy to see that work out right. And got to add those to our group. So that was Mana. Very good. And that was actually two different positions, but I'm just going to put it in once. I want to err on the side of being extremely fair about what we've done. Nice. I think I just interrupted myself. I was just saying nice. So guys, I think that I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up there. It's been very intense, really successful trading. I hope I didn't miss any comments. So very good. This will be a worthwhile one to go back and look at if you missed it. Thank you so much for joining. And even though this is the end of this live stream, don't let it be an end to your crypto dreams. So we will see you guys next time. Crypto Revolution. So make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up, comment, join us at archangelalts.com. Please click join, be part of the community. What is missing is your voice. And we're using hashtag crypto louder megaphone. We need a louder megaphone to let people know they need to come here and trade. The answer to mass adoption is liquidity. And you have seen it here for yourself tonight. ENJ being the winning example. It's still going up 13,000. Even when it goes down, it can jump down hundreds and come back up hundreds, adding tons of liquidity to things. So thank you guys so much for being a part of things. God bless you. And for now, Archangel Alts out.